Yeah! Good day, good people. It's another fine day in the year of the vibrant, and you feel that rushing through your veins as your heart beats, maybe in fact your rebel heart beats. Because today, it is the Rebel Heart episode. I mean, we can't have a heart season without a Rebel Hearts episode. Because let me tell you, they'll never tear me apart. You gotta hit that Johnny Bravo every once in a while. Anywho, it's time for the Hunger Games. Welcome back to the Danganronpa Hunger Games. It is the last singles episode before Yeet Ball, so keep that in mind. That next week is tag team action, then it's Yeet Ball, and then things get hectic. I'm looking forward to the hecticness, but for right now, things are still rather chill. So let's talk about these things. I picked 8 characters from every one of the installments. There are a couple of new... I won't say too much. There's a couple of new things in Brant Steel. I don't know if they'll show up. You know, Brant Steel has its favorite events, and then sometimes others don't show up for a while. But there are a fair few new things that could dictate some different things that could happen in this game. Anywho, I digress. Let's talk about it right here, right now, as we go through who's got a Rebel Heart. We got Togami, Celeste, Junko, Kyoko, Mondo, Mukuro, our champion of champions, co-champion of champions rather, Toko, and Hiro, our Agent of Chaos. As we go, keep going, we have District 2, Fuyuko, Gundam, Crazy Yoko, Ibuki, Kazuichi, Nagito, Nekomaru, and Peko. Scrolling down, we have Komaru. We've got Genocide Jack, Kotoko. This cast, I was like, okay, we can only have 8. I have to literally include all of the people who are like the rebels, you know what I mean? The Haijis, the Hirokos, the Taichi, and the Yudo, who weren't really a part of the rebel army, but we tried to get them to be, and unfortunately they did not have a good time. Taichi might be alive though, who knows? Unconfirmed death. Kotoko and Nagisa, I think, were the only 2 real warriors of hope who even had a fracture of a, hey, let's betray Monaco or go against what Monica's saying, at any point. And then we have Komaru and Genocide Jack as our group from here. That being said, in District 4 we have the man who, I guess the robot rather, who kind of rebelled against everything, and then it ended up being the outside world, unfortunately. We have Kaito, Kurumi, Kokichi, Rantaro, Ryoma, Shuichi, and Tenko, and last but not least, Juzo, Tengen, Kizakura, Munakata, Ruruka, Mitsurai, Izuyoi, and Maya from District 5, aka Danganronpa 3, and that is our episode. So, I don't have a question for today. I don't. But I should go through your questions from last time, but before I do, I need to know something. I think we all want to know this thing because the wheel is starting to get a little larger, isn't it? It is a hefty chunk. So, are you ready? We've seen it hit at way less percentages of this. We've seen it hit the 1 out of 19. I'm sorry, 1 out of 20 rather. At a 5%. So, let's see if a quarter of the wheel lets chaos reign tonight. Hero, what you got on you? I won't even look. Oh, dude, it was right on the line. Oh my gosh. It was a hair away from not raining, but instead, chaos reigns tonight.
Huh? Do we really need to? Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and locked onto my hamburger. And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating in midair. And then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart. One part of it just vanished. while the rest fell back into my hand. Do you realize what that means? It means the burger wasn't 100% beef. It must have had some pork or something mixed in. Something like 70% pork and 30% beef would be my guess. And, that's about it.
And just like that, Boss is here, and I can say with certainty that tonight, it is a potential unification match for the Danganronpa Hunger Games Champion of Champions title. Hero has reigned chaos, and it's time. For the title to be on the line. So now I have to ask you guys first, second, and third, who do you got? Who is your pick here? I will still bring up your comments from last time. Look, this is also one of my favorite songs from the Danganronpa franchise. Anywho, let's talk about it. I asked for your best RNG moments. This is why I really did want to come back to this one. Let's talk about it. Opening apparently was very off, but I digress. Opening also said, I'll get back to this, but never got back to it. Opening, I'm watching you. Give me your best RNG moment. I'm waiting, opening, I'm waiting. David, who essentially goes through and says, okay, well, a downhousing curse rather can only be countered by the effects of a separate curse, or admittedly, him uncursing you. So keep that in mind. Was not uncursed though, so the curse is a curse. Kat, who says, best RNG moment early this year, I beat my sister at Super Mario Party by 1 coin. Other than that, I have amazing shiny luck in Legends Arceus. What do you guys say, Arceus or Arceus? I'd like to know that. Including 2 full-on shiny alpha Pokemon, Quillfish and Alakazam. That is pretty good. That is pretty good RNG. This time, I don't know if I have a question for you. Clearly, first, second, and third. I guess we should do something to do with Rebels. We all love a good rebel without a cause motif. Give me a character that you think is because you know I like to hear about characters from other franchises that I may or may not know. Who do you think is your favorite rebel without a cause? And who do you think is Danganronpa's best rebel without a cause? I will answer that question as well. That being said, some of these characters, I feel like pretty much everyone has a cause in terms of rebel without a cause here. I don't know, maybe Tinko is a rebel against men without a cause, but I mean, like, I think that might be the closest to rebel without a cause. Everyone else that I can think of that was, like, even, like, slightly ends up there, I think has, like, a decent reason for it. Regardless, I'm gonna pick Tinko for that one. I'm gonna pick Tinko for first. I think Tinko's gonna win this thing. For second, I'm going to take, Nagisa. My employee of the month is gonna get that title. And for third, I'm gonna say it's boss time. I'm gonna go for boss for this one, and since it's championship action, let's not dilly and dally. Let's re-simulate a classic amount of times. 5 times. For the spiciest of RNG. For you and for me. To harken back to earlier days. Just to get that feeling. For the spiciest of RNG, just a classic. Not 1 time. Not 2 times. Not 3 times, and heck, not even 4 times. But for the Danganronpa Hunger Games Champion of Champions title. For the spiciest of RNG and for all listening under the sound of my voice. Let RNG be your guide, and let this episode be as shenanigans-filled as it can be. 5 times. Who walks out as the champion of champions? Shall we? We don't have to. Let's proceed and let's see how this thing plays out. It is the cornucopia. the bloodbath at the cornucopia, rather. The tribute stand on their podiums. I need to get my my pad out just in case we see some shenanigans. And you know what else? We gotta get the horn sounding. So horn burst, if you would please. Sounding those horns, yes. I feel like I gotta get another one of those. Maybe next episode I'll do one of those extended, like back in the day. Back when my voice was as strong as can be. A long sound the horns, you know. I probably still got it deep in me. I'm gonna do it next time. Anywho, it is that time to see who walks out as champion. And remember, hearts are on the line. There are a lot of people in rocky situations. And remember, last place in singles action loses 2 hearts. Kiba watches it with envy as Gundam and Hiroko kiss before leaving the cornucopia. Gundam, what the heck? I know that Hero's mom has got it going on. She's all I want, and I waited for so long. Anywho, Genocide Jack runs away from the cornucopia, as does Nagito, and Komaru runs off as well, as the first person out via poisonous blow dart is Kizakura. In his neck at the hands of Peko, gone. Crazy Elk kicks down on one knee and proposes to Kotoko. Kotoko accepts, and the two happily skip away together from the cornucopia. Okay. Toko with title in hand says, I'm running away. Hiro smashes Izuyoi in the face with a brick, but Izuyoi shrugs off the blow. Maya grabs a shovel. Fuyuko stabs Boss in the back with a trident. Early doors. Man. That might be my jinx. And maybe my jinx. Haruka runs away from the cornucopia, as is Tengen. Kazuichi smashes a healing potion over Karumi's head, simultaneously damaging and healing her. Mitsurai begged for one of the weapons that Nekomaru picked up. He feels bad, reluctantly gives it to Mitsurai, uses it to kill Junko, who's sneaking up behind Nekomaru. Look, you should have let our Saint do her thing. You know what? It's up. I didn't pick the Saint. That's on me. That's on me, Saint Junko. You'll get that title sooner or later. Yuta opens a pack of gum as he enters the arena. Ibuki, Juzo, and Shuichi come out of nowhere like an RKO and ask for a piece. Tinko grabs a honey glazed ham. Kokichi finds a torn photo of Haiji within his pocket, the word daddy scribbled on the back. Ryoma finds a cowboy hat in the cornucopia. Yee-ha. He's yeeing his best hawing. Neither of the tag team champions are here. Wow. Togami steps off his podium too soon and blows up. If Kaito is the agent of chaos, he is not. Chaos does not reign. It's already a championship episode. Nagisa runs away. Mukuro bashes Kyoko's head in with a mace. Taichi finds Mondo's corpse from a previous game. Mondo isn't shocked by this discovery. He's like, I didn't even get second place that time. Celeste snatches a pair of sides, and Rantaro overpowers Munakata, killing him. I do want to look up. Hero is still fine. I wanted to see if there was still a chance for a Chaos Transferal. There is, as we proceed today. Juan! Genocide Jack, member of the squad, hopes that Avi doesn't jinx her. I would never. Rantaro, working on an ad that'll appear in the next Danganronpa Hunger Games episode. Ruruka, Fuyuko, and Izuyoi perform a fatal air combo on Tenko. Man, my picks are not doing too well, huh? Well then, do I still have Nagisa or is he dead? We're gonna find out. Nagito commits a crime, runs away giggling. Hero starts writing a novel. Will he ever finish it? The rating pistol rates Juzo 84 points. Maya sets off explosive, killing Crazy Yoko and Mondo. Wow. After she just got engaged, I suppose. Kibo, Yuta, and Mitsurai join the Adventurers Guild. Get roles based on their stats. Kibo is the righteous knight, Yuta is the wizened wizard, and Mitsurai is a janitor. Haiji catches the despair disease, starts posing dramatically. Hiroko turns to a Fall Guys being. Kazuichi does a sick kickflip, fails a landing, falls flat on his face. Toko sets up an ice cream shack. Gundam comes along to buy. Something was delicious. Tengen attempts to climb a tree but falls to his death. As Celeste and Shuichi are taking a walk through the arena, they find Taichi's left half on the ground, but where could the other half be? I suppose it's a mystery. Ryoma signs a petition to change American Yeet Ball to soccer. Fiendish behavior, by the way. Kotoko places a bomb next to the river to explode some fish. Komaru smells a rat. Kokichi joins the Balloon Protection Squad. How dare you? Karumi dies as she bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Karumi, no. Nekomaru performs the Norin tradition of making Mukuro clothes 5 minutes after they meet. I didn't think that he can make clothes. He's got some big old lumbering hands, but you know what? Nekomaru, he can do anything. Peko, Kaito, and Nagisa receives report cards evaluating their performance this game. Peko gets an A, Kaito gets a C, and Nagisa gets a big fat F, probably the first one he's ever gotten in his career, and it's all my fault because I jinxed him. I certainly did. Ibuki joins the Mistletoe Warriors. There ain't gonna be no mistletoe in August, She gonna snap some arms. She gonna take everybody down as we proceed, and it is no arena event. It is just a dozen people gone in this game of 40, I believe, and a clear day. Saddest of all moments for Kizakura. It's boss time! Junko of the same variety. Togami, Kyoko, Munakata, Tenko, Crazy Yoko, Mondo, Tengen, Taichi, Kurumi. So, Kizakura being the first person out, I don't remember if he's lost a heart this season, but I believe he may have. He may be joining the Zero Heart Brigade. Let's go to the everybody statuses. 12 people are gone. 3-4, half of Danganronpa gun. Danganronpa gun is hilarious. Danganronpa 1, Crazy Yoko from Danganronpa 2, Ultra Spurgos have just lost Taichi, V3 has lost Kurumi and Tenko, and 3 members of District 5, and Boss is gone, unfortunately. We love you, Boss, but you are no longer champion, unless nobody wins. Could. But we will proceed, and it is night 1 with Where in the World is Fuyuhiko? And you know, the problem is, I think every time I start to sing Where in the World is, and it would be Carmen Sandiego, right after that my brain like claps into which is the wrong song. Which is definitely the Magic School Bus, but alright. Hiroko finds an Etsuka, somehow breaks it in frustration. Nagisa receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. I got you, boy. I got you. Unable to get a fire going, Kaito, Toko, and Kibo are forced to huddle together for warmth. Kibo is a literal cold metal machine. I guess he could be exerting a lot of heat, to be honest, now that I think about it. Depends on how good his cooling system is, but I mean, like, you know. I think he's probably cold. He could not be cold to the touch, actually. Huh. I didn't think about that. Maybe he's actually optimal for huddling together for warmth. Mitarai ain't afraid of no ghosts. Nekomaru is actually fairly terrified by some ghost. Mukuro is gonna need a lot of therapy after this Hunger Games. She needs a lot of therapy in general. Her sister is Junko, and Junko hasn't always been the kindest soul in the world, but she's a saint to us today. And always. Toko prays to Atua that she makes out of here with minimal bloodshed and alive. Oh my gosh. Shuichi finds a dapper suit. Even if it's the wrong simulator, he still looks super fly. At long last, Peko has finished their novel. Izuo hops into an inflatable cauldron, makes jokes about how he's emergency food, he might have a problem. Rantaro, Kazuichi, Ibuki, Haiji, Yuta, and Celeste play blackjack, but gamble using their lives, and only the rock star Ibuki survives. Man. Ryoma wants to cut the casual bongos playing in the background. Komaru exploits Kokichi's kindness and has him do a very humiliating task for her. Maya tries into the secret underground casino located in the arena but gets turned away by the bouncer. Juzo finds some spell books and turns Genocide Jack into a ice sculpture. Jack dies a slow death as she melts by the roaring flames. Throughout the entire night, Hiro tells Nagito a bunch of useless fun facts, and Ruka throws a knife into Gundam's chest. This was a really bloody night 1. Oh my, this... Dude, that's actually a lot of people gone. 1, 2... another 5 after that, so we're 7. I guess nobody actually died up here, but still 7's a lot for a single night, especially since we have a day to get through. And Kaito wants Avi to give Waffles a chance. Well, Kaito, I want you to shut up. Respectfully. You can enjoy your waffles in peace, but don't tell me about it, Kaito. That being said, Ruka says, hey, I want to tell you this about, you tell me this about, I'll tell you what, Ruka. She said, oh, isn't that, actually, look at this. Ruka shares her pancakes with Izuyoi. Isn't that something? That's so cute. This kind act, you know what? Yeah, Ruka, get in here. Were you already in here? No, get in here. Ruka. You earned that one, champ. Not champ, but you could be a champ today if you win this episode, as there is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Komaru Naegi. Kokichi gets smashed in the head by a crowbar by Nagito. Does he die, though? Nagito strangles Maya with his brand new socks that I gave him. That's my employee of the month. If Kibo is the agent of chaos, he's not. Nekamaru forces Ibuki to kill Mukuro or Fuyuhiko. She decides to kill Nekamaru, turns the tables. My gosh, Ibuki's having a really killy day. Mitsurai is still alive. Hiroko wants Abe to give. What is up with everybody wanting me to give Waffles a chance? Maybe there will be some sort of like goal or something, and I will eat a waffle on stream. I'll make one of those like Belgian waffles or something. You guys are gonna work for that. Kotoko goes on a cereal balloon popping spree. Avi forces Realm to work at Avi's Wares and despairs, the greatest supermarket of all time. As a cashier after it becomes understaffed, Peko and Hiro thinks it's a great opportunity to score some free food from him. Shuichi reminisces about season 1. Toko comically trips on a banana peel and falls on her bottom, does not die. As Juzo sleeps the entire day away from everyone else, we proceed one more again as we lose another 11. That is 2 heavy days of losses. We are now over halfway done with this game. And it's so sad, in fact, it's the saddest of all moments. 4. Rantaro, Kazuichi, Haiji, Yuta, Celeste, Genocide Jack, Gundam, Komaru, Kokichi, Maya, Nakamaru. You know, I feel like last week we had a pretty, like, tame game in terms of deaths per episode. We're losing a quarter of the people every day. In fact, over a quarter of the people every day. Which is kind of crazy. We'll see everybody's statuses one more time. There are actually 41 in this episode because Boss was added because the title is on the line. We are down to 3 members of Danganronpa 1. It is Mukuro, Toko, Hiro. 4 members of Danganronpa 2. I didn't notice Peko because she already is kind of a little grayscale, you know, with her hair and whatnot, but she is still in here, as well as Ibuki, Nagito, and Fuyuhiko. District 3 actually has 3 people. It's Kotoko, Nagisa, and Hiroko. Mama, ha. 4 remain from V3, Kibo, Kaito, Shuichi, and Ryoma. 4 remain as well from Danganronpa 3, Juzo, Ruka, Mitarai, and Izuoi. That is the list of folks. This is our episode thus far, and we must go on as... It's still a regular proceed. We have, I was gonna say it's less than 20, we have 18 people remaining. There's just 8 until you're saving grace picks. 1 out of 18 is actually pretty decent odds for anybody to win this game. Who will do it? Toko, all eyes are on you, or do all eyes fall from you? No, she survives. After repeatedly losing to Kotoko in chess, Toko tosses the game board into the campfire. Kotoko's just too good at chess, apparently. Fuyuhiko submits an application to join the squad. Juzo helps mail the application to AV. I mean, I like Fuyuhiko, but, no. Peko wants to cut the cosplay. Everyone, what bongos are y'all talking about? I don't hear no bongos. That's crazy. Ruka edits the video description. The ghostly howls of wolves wake up Hiro, our agent of chaos. Shuichi, Izuoi, and Nagito sit around the campfire and sing the campfire song, the CAMPFIRESONG song. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song, our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along. I'm not doing any more. I was just struck by motivation. But it'll help if you sing along, so you better sing along. You better go back 20 seconds, you better sing that song again. I'm watching you. I can see the most replay part. You better go back 20 seconds, and you better. I'm watching you. I'm looking at that most replay, and that if there ain't no little hump there when I go and look at analytics, I'm gonna know. Better go back 20 seconds. Let's finish this. Akibo, Mukuro, Hiroko. I honestly forgot that if it was even in there. Hiroko, they all get into a scrum debate with Ryoma, Kaito, and Nagito. They argue whether that big stone is a boulder or a rock. Mitarai sets off explosive, killing Ibuki. Ibuki is a Gonzo. We proceed again to day 3 as Kibo and Ryoma argue. They argue over who gets to like the red chaos symbol. Peko receives a gift from a secret Myers. Oh god, that's repulsive. The rating pistol rates Fuiko 84 points. Hiro sets off explosive. Shuichi's now exploded. Kotoko spends a date ticket on Juzo. Crazy work. Izuyoi finds Fedora, puts it on. Mitarai suddenly yells out, Izuyoi the platypus! On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like my employee of the month? If I'm giving him an actual rating, I do like Nagisa. I'd probably give him an 8. But in what has transpired over the generations, him being my employee of the month, 10! Perfect 10, baby. Toko goes on a serial balloon popping spree. Mukuro and Hiroko sit in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Nagito puts on a fedora. Kaito suddenly yells out, Nagito the platypus! Ruka hates the way that she's acting in the past, wants to do better. Moves past that phase in her life and actively become a better person. I believe her! Just like I believe in Joe Hendry, and I believe we only lost 2 people this round, from 18 to 16, to a campfire song to the saddest of all moments, 4. Ibuki. Shuichi. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. It'll help if you just sing along. I'm sorry, that's gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the episode now. I feel like Taylor low-key. We are down to your final 16, still now 3 remaining from Danganronpa 1. Still the champion and the Agent of Chaos, Fuiko, Nagito, and Peko from Danganronpa 2. They're now down to 3. Also at 3, we have Kotoko, we have Nagisa, and we have Hiroko. Mother. Does everyone have 3 except for Danganronpa? Yeah, I guess that is how the math works when I saw everyone so far having 3. So yeah, it's a pretty even across the board. Let's see how long that sticks around. 6 more until you're saving grace picks, and 1 more until I proceed, and that is right now. Maki grabs Kotoko by the throat. Nagisa gets mad because Hiro tells Nagito to count how many sand particles there are in the desert. Clearly Nagito's gonna do it, and he's probably gonna get lucky and get the right answer. Fuiko buys every single version of Uno from AV's wares in despair, and despairs, not in despairs. My wares are not in despairs. I simply sell despairs as well as wares. Unable to get a fire going, Peko, Kaito, and Mitarai are forced to huddle together for warmth. This is probably actually a very cold trio. They are a very cold trio. Mitarai, he's dying first, unfortunately. Izuyoi finds a big red button, decides to leave it be. Ruka dies here red. Mukuro finds my soundboard and says it's time for death, apparently, and it's time for dire docks. Ryoma delivers an intense motivational speech to Toko, the champion, and Kibo, inspiring them to give it their all this game. At long last, Mother, Hiro's mom, has finally finished their novel, and Juzo dyes his hair red, like hard red or ginger red. I think both are a bad look for him. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Is it the feast? It is not, but it is Fuiko dying because Hiro, the Asian Chaos, just chucks a dumbbell into Fuiko's head. Hiro, I also believe, who has 0 hearts currently. That could change today. As, oh my god. I misread the majority vote down there. I thought it was way worse than it was. Hiroko advertised her Fangan to Toko. Toko's impressed and checks it out. Pekko's unknown sponsor is Sayaka. Avi's not gonna like that. I don't like that. You got a title defense tonight, honey, so we'll see about that. Juzo hasn't been the same since the honey dice gag, and we can switch off of this because it's actually a majority vote. As Izuyoi, Kotoko, Ryoma, Kaito, Kibo, and Mitarai are forced to play the majority game. Kotoko receives the most votes and was executed alongside Mitarai, who was the sacrifice. Let's play this out, because there's only a couple more events here. Ruka also is sponsored by Sayaka. I still don't like that. Nagisa sells a Mukuro 400 bagels, but due to the fact that Mukuro cannot hold that many bagels, she gets crushed by the insane amount of bagels. Nagito dies from thirst. We are still 1 away from your saving grace picks. And we'll just let it ride because it is a very sad time 4. Fuihiko, Kotoko, Mitarai, Mukuro, Nagito. We'll see everybody's statuses yet again. We are down to 11. The champion and the agent of chaos. There's a stronger world now where they're the final two in this game. Peko remains the sole survivor for her team. Nagisa and Hiroko carry on for their team. Still through remaining for Danganronpa 4, Kibo, Kaito, and Ryoma, as now also dropping down to 3. Izuyoi, Ruruka, and Juzo for their team. Hum bum 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 bum. Hum bum bum bum. Okay, that's all she wrote. We're going on. There's still one more into your saving grace picks. Yeah. 11 remain. You saw who they were as I did my scroll up. Let's see. We'll likely get the feast this time, so we'll see how far we go. Oh, man. Every time I see a slew of people, I'm like, what's going on here? Kibo, Peko, and Nagisa enter a scrum with Kaito, Toko, and Ruruka. They actually don't argue and simply agree that Gentleman Thomas sucks. And they write, Izzo receives spaghetti from an unknown sponsor. Juzo starts a beef with American President James K. Polk. Hiro feels especially kind tonight, gives Ryoma a muffin, and Hiroko's allergies keep waking her up. This is everybody, and everybody lives. However, this is the feast. And the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Kibo tries to convince Nagisa that their steamed hams are homemade. Nagisa doesn't buy it, so Kibo kills Nagisa. Oh, Hiroko, Juzo, and Hiro get into a fight. Hiro triumphantly kills them both, and just like that, we are now, well, we were already in our final 10. Now we're at your final 8. And the Agent of Chaos is still there. Kaito decides not to attend the feast. Peko decides not to attend the feast. Izuyoi decides not to attend the feast. Uh-oh, is the champion gonna die here? Or is this gonna be the event where they all slowly back away from each other? Toko, Ryoma, and Ruruka get into a fight. Ryoma triumphantly kills them both. You know what that means. At present, it is a new champ alert. Unless nobody wins. Let's see how that plays out. Shall we? Next round, we see Izuyoi chews too much gum and dies from horrible stomach pains. The rating pistol rates Kibo 84 points. Peko violently shakes a tree to knock loose some fruit. Ryoma acknowledges his traveling companion today. Have you? The ones have gone up. Hiro almost falls off a cliff but is able to earthbend his way to safety, and Kaito joins the balloon protection squad. I believe that actually brings us down to your final 5 because Izuyoi dies. Kibo, Peko, Ryoma, Hiro, and Kaito are these final 5, and as we've lost 6, no arena event, and the final saddest of all moments of the episode 4. Nagisa, Hiroko, Juzo, Toko, Ruruka, Izuyoi. They died back to back, and right before, right outside of the top 10 is my pick for one of my last of my 3 initial picks. Oh man, the jinx is still strong. It's such a tease. I was like, oh, I can pick him in my saving grace picks too. Now, I ain't got nobody left. See everybody's statuses, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not dilly and dally. It's saving grace picks time. Hiro is the sole survivor from Danganronpa 1. He is the agent of chaos. If he wins, Toko and Boss become co-agents of chaos. That could happen. There is a 1 in 5 chance. Peko stands tall and is in District 2 as their sole survivor. Will she win? We will see. Hey, V3 is kicking butt, dude. They got Kibo, Kaito, and Ryoma. They're just, the boys are hanging out. They're like, hey, yo, we got this. Ryoma says, no, we still have a long ways to go. And Kibo's just nervous as heck. That is our final, that's our final 5. This trio is actually really fun. That being said, Let's talk about it. Who do you got first, second, and third? I will make my picks as well. I think V3 is gonna sweep. Give me Kaito for first, give me Kibo for second, and give me Ryoma for third. I think Kaito's got another singles run in him right here, right now. Those are my picks, easy peasy. You make your picks in the comments. Comment on your comment. You gotta leave your comment. Get in there and leave your comment out right now. I made my picks, and it's actually your final 5, so once again, we're not gonna dilly and dally. We're gonna say that all 5 of these competitors, Hiro, Peko, Ryoma, Kibo, and Kaito, are all caught in what we like to call, in championship action, a golden crisis. Of fate. 5 remain. Who will win? We proceed as it ends. Oh, no, not everyone. No, not everyone. One person dies, and it is the Agent of Chaos, Kibo. Actually, there will be no Chaos transfer today. Kibo actually burns down AV's Word and Despairs. I let it slide because it's an accident. Kibo wouldn't do that on purpose. Hiro bleeds out due to untreated injuries. He was feeling chaotic. We are not at your final 3 yet. Remember, final 3, they all get hearts unless they're all at full hearts. If you are in first, you can have the ability to get a bonus heart, taking you from 3 to 4. We will continue though. As to build each other's trust, Peko and Kaito decide to do trust falls in the very first instance. Peko steps aside and lets Kaito fall to the ground. She does that little smirk, that little smirking sprite that she does. And Ryoma screams to the void. Well, that's terrifying. We go to your final 4. Kibo, Peko, Kaito, Ryoma, which then goes down to your final 3 as they all track down and kill Ryoma. They were like, no, you're too strong, you got a long ways to go. We proceed again. 2 remain, 2 are gone, and your final 3 are solidified. And after this terrible turnabout 4. Hiro, Ryoma. That is all she wrote for those 2. Hiro stopped in his tracks to getting a last second, a last second thingamadoozy. Who's what's it? See everybody's statuses. A last second heart. He needed it. But he balls around the corner, so Peko remains against Kaito and Kibo. We are in still Crisis of Fate mode, but we are in the situation where somebody could die, and we could enter in-game as they try to reach a tie. Will that happen? I don't know. It's happened a couple of times. We've also seen everybody fail recently, so it's a risk. Will the risk happen here as we proceed? No. Not yet, at least, because Peko challenges Kaito and Kibo to an Indigo pancake competition, rather. Kaito eats the most pancakes. Is not already on my list. And earns entry into the World Pancake Championship Invitational. I thought for a second that might have been the event where they killed 2 people and then win by eating a single pancake. No, they had a fair game. That being said, oh my gosh. Is it over? Peko is trapped in a box with a small device that can release a deadly poison every hour. Is she dead? Is she alive? We can only find out if we click proceed. Kibo stabs Kaito while his back is turned. Depending on what happens with that box, Kibo may be your champion. We can only find out if this goes on one more night. If we click proceed. Oh man, this is delicious! Oh my, I don't know if we've ever had this situation! In the final 3? Oh my goodness! And then, ladies and gentlemen, is Kibo champion, or does Peko still has a chance? Poison, did it hit? It did. Oh my gosh. Yo, what a dramatic ending. What a dramatic ending, because we have 2 fallen souls in Peko and Kaito, but the poison did hit. Kibo might not even know he's champion right now, but as we see everybody's statuses, He is the last one standing. And so when we click proceed, I can tell you with certainty that your winner, and what was a really fun final 3 there, your winner, and new Danganronpa Hunger. Yeah, somebody gonna have to tell that boy. He was like, what? I'm champion? I'm champion? I thought I started to go through Peko. No, the poison in that box, Schrodinger's Peko was dead, and Kibo did survive, and he is your new Danganronpa Hunger Games champion of champions. He did it for the robots, and he is the victor. I think I have to go back. We'll play this music real quick. Kibo was heating up 2 people. Was it Kaito and Peko? I know Kaito and Peko were involved in one. I don't know if they were involved in the one with Kibo. I think it was a night where that happened. It was an earlier night. Was it night 1? No, it was Kaito and Kotoko. And then I think later on it was, was it night 3 then? Yes, it was Peko and Kaito. It was kind of Sisterhood of the Traveling Heating. But at the end, Poison got Peko. Kaito was stabbed in the back. And your winner was Kibo, new champion. There's our placements. Kibo, rise to the top. New champion, unified champion. Kaito in 2nd place and Peko in 3rd. If any of them need hearts, they will get them. Nobody lost hearts in between the actual episode, though. So let's do a little discount double check real quick. Let's get Peko. Not Pekio, Peko. Peko was down to 1 heart. That's right, her team was struggling a little bit. So she is now going up to 2, so that's nice. Kaito was it -2? I'm sorry, was it regular 2 rather, so he's gonna go up to 3. And Kibo was at 3, so he's actually gonna go up to 4. He's got some real safety right now. And then we have to talk about, you know, our bottom 10. Everyone here to Tengen. Kizakura, Boss, Junko, Togami, Kyoko, Munakata, Tenko, Crazy Yoko, Mondo, and Tengen are all losing a heart, and as well, Kizakura is losing 2. I think Kizakura will just be the one that we check right now, because I think that may shoot him. Oh no, he had 4. I forgot his team won an episode, that's right. So he's got 4 right now. That being said, that 4 is drastically dropped quickly at 2-2. Unfortunate for the lad, but 2's not bad. I don't know who is. Let me just do a quick check. Let's need to filter and sort this. That's a future me problem. Anywho, we need to finish this episode. I don't want it to go on too long because you guys have Road to AV Mania tonight, so be sure to get in there for that. OC action is going to be starting very soon. Very soon. It'll probably be 2 or so weeks. Probably 2 weeks after 2 weeks after Yeet Ball, I believe. 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not entirely sure yet. But get ready for it. I'm very excited. I'm very excited indeed. This, however, has been our episode. Let's proceed and let's talk about everything else that we had witnessed here tonight. Peko started by shooting a poison dart into Kizakura's neck, and then poison killed her. Oh, if that isn't poetic. If that isn't poetic. That girl was poison and poisoned. As Kaito is stabbed in the back by Kibo at the end of this thing. We proceed one more time. Kibo had 3 KOs. Hiro had 4. Hiro was on a little bit of a run. Fuyuko had 2. Maya had 2. Mitarai with 2. Nagisa with 2. Pekka with 2. Ruka with 2. Ryoma with 2. Everyone else with 1 or less. That is our episode. That is our showing. And as we go back to the reaping, that is your new champion of champions, Kibo. Congratulations to him. And is it his first time with the champion of champions belt? I know he was a former world pancake champion. I would have to check. That's an AV in the editing process question. Because if I don't have to make a sprite, then he's definitely been champion before. Thank you, however, everyone, for watching. We have the road to AV Mania continuing tonight with Fracture. So get excited for it. What is going on tonight? I don't really know. Son Davey has really kind of been in a fog. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. He's kind of been. I was gonna say emotionally all over the place. I feel for the brother. You guys make sure he's okay tonight. I'll be watching as well. Fingers crossed that everything goes well. I know that AV Mania time is a stressful time. It could never be me, so I hope he makes it through all right. Until then, man, I'm not trying to take over. The AEW might be a curse for real, for real. I'm taking off though. Until next time, to Flight Crew. Thank you for watching.